There is a point in life when we finally become tired of fighting, not because we have become weak, but because we have begun to understand. We realize that not every door needs to be opened, not every person needs to stay, not every opportunity needs to be pursued, not every battle needs to be won, and not every unanswered question needs an immediate answer. For years, we may have believed that living well meant controlling as much as possible. Controlling our future, controlling our relationships, controlling how others see us, controlling our success, controlling the direction of our lives. But the more we try to control everything, the more anxious we become, because life has never promised to obey our plans. The river does not ask permission before changing direction. The seasons do not wait for us to be ready. People change. Circumstances change. Opportunities appear and disappear. What seems permanent today may be completely different tomorrow. And perhaps this is why Lao Tzu teaches us to look at the river. The river does not resist the world. It does not complain when a stone blocks its path. It simply finds another way. If the land becomes narrow, the river becomes narrow. If the land becomes wide, the river expands. If the ground falls, the river falls. If the mountain rises, the river moves around it. The river does not lose itself by adapting. It remains water. This is an important lesson for human beings. Adaptation is not weakness. Changing direction does not mean abandoning your purpose. Letting go does not mean losing. And accepting reality does not mean surrendering your dreams. Sometimes, acceptance is simply the beginning of wisdom. When you stop fighting what cannot be changed, you recover the energy needed to change what can. Think about how much energy we waste resisting reality. We replay old conversations in our minds. We wish people had behaved differently. We regret decisions we cannot undo. We worry about futures that have not happened. We compare ourselves with people whose lives we cannot fully see. We ask why certain doors closed, why certain people left, why certain opportunities never came. And slowly, without noticing, we spend our present life fighting the past and fearing the future. But the Tao brings us back to something much simpler. This moment. What is happening now? What is within your control now? What can you learn now? What can you release now? The wise person does not spend all their energy trying to rewrite yesterday, nor do they sacrifice today because they are terrified of tomorrow. They return to the present, because the present is where life actually happens. This does not mean forgetting the past. The past can teach you. Failure can teach you. Loss can teach you. Regret can teach you. But once the lesson has been learned, you do not need to carry the entire experience forever. A river does not carry yesterday's water. It keeps flowing. And perhaps we should learn to do the same. Let yesterday teach you. Then let yesterday go. This is the art of letting life unfold. It is not passive. It is not careless. It is not an excuse to stop growing. It is the ability to move forward without demanding that life become exactly what you imagined. There is freedom in this. A person who needs everything to happen according to plan is easily disturbed. A person who understands uncertainty becomes much harder to break. If the plan changes, they adapt. If the door closes, they look for another path. If someone leaves, they grieve, but they do not destroy themselves trying to make that person stay. If success is delayed, they continue preparing. If success arrives, they remain humble. They do not depend entirely on circumstances for their peace. Their peace comes from something deeper. Inner alignment. This is where the Tao becomes more than philosophy. It becomes a way of living. Instead of asking constantly, "What can I get from life?" we begin asking, "How can I live in harmony with life?" Instead of asking, "How can I make everything happen faster?" we ask, "What is the natural rhythm of this situation?" Instead of, "How can I make people behave the way I want?" we ask, "What is this relationship showing me?" And instead of, "Why hasn't my time come yet?" we ask, "What can I cultivate while I wait?" These questions create a different kind of person, a calmer person, a wiser person, a person who is less easily controlled by circumstances. And perhaps that is the greatest form of freedom, not having everything you want, but no longer needing everything to happen exactly as you want it to. Imagine how much suffering disappears when you stop demanding that reality be different before you allow yourself to be peaceful. This does not mean you accept injustice. It does not mean you stop protecting yourself. It does not mean you abandon meaningful goals. It means you learn to distinguish between what requires action and what requires acceptance. That distinction is incredibly powerful. If something can be changed, act. If something cannot be changed, learn. If a relationship can be repaired, communicate. If it cannot, release it. If your skills are weak, practice. If success is delayed, prepare. If someone misunderstands you, explain once. If they refuse to understand, do not spend your entire life trying to control their opinion. This is the balance between action and non-forcing. You act where action is useful. You let go where force creates unnecessary suffering. This is Wu Wei. Not doing nothing, but doing only what needs to be done. There is great wisdom in simplicity. The more complicated our desires become, the more complicated our suffering becomes. We want more money. Then we want more status. Then more recognition. Then more influence. Then more security. Then more control. And eventually, we have so much to protect that we become afraid to live. But the Tao points toward another possibility. Enough. Enough food. Enough possessions. Enough recognition. Enough explanation. Enough comparison. Enough proving. Enough chasing. Enough. The word may sound small, but it contains enormous freedom. Because once you understand enough, you become difficult to manipulate. You no longer need to buy everything you see. You no longer need to impress everyone you meet. You no longer need to win every argument. You no longer need to turn every relationship into a transaction. You begin to recognize that a simple life can be a rich life. A quiet morning can be valuable. A sincere conversation can be valuable. A peaceful mind can be valuable. A small home filled with warmth can be more meaningful than a magnificent house filled with loneliness. A few trustworthy friends can be more valuable than thousands of followers. And a life that belongs to you can be more precious than a life that looks impressive to everyone else. This is why Taoist wisdom often feels so different from the modern obsession with constant achievement. The world tells us, become more. The Tao quietly asks, what can you let go of? The world tells us, add more. The Tao asks, what is unnecessary? The world tells us, make yourself visible. The Tao asks, can you be content without being seen? The world tells us, when. The Tao asks, can you remain peaceful without needing to defeat anyone? And slowly, we begin to understand. The purpose of life may not be to become the most powerful person in the room. It may be to become the person who needs the least force to live well. The person who can walk away from unnecessary conflict. The person who can wait without becoming bitter. The person who can succeed without becoming arrogant. The person who can lose without losing themselves. The person who can love without trying to possess. The person who can receive without becoming greedy. And the person who can let go without becoming empty. This is the quiet strength of the Tao. It does not need to announce itself. It does not need applause. It does not need a title. It is simply present. Like water, like the wind, like the earth beneath our feet. And perhaps that is why some of the strongest people we meet seem remarkably peaceful. They have experienced enough life to understand that anger rarely solves what patience can solve. That force often creates resistance. That excessive desire creates fear. That attachment creates suffering. And that time reveals things that impatience can never discover. They have learned to trust the unfolding, not blindly, not foolishly, but with awareness. They understand that sometimes a delay is protection, sometimes an ending is redirection, sometimes loneliness is preparation, sometimes failure is correction, sometimes silence is an invitation to listen, and sometimes what we call a lost opportunity was simply an opportunity that did not belong to us. This does not mean that every painful event has some predetermined meaning. It means that we do not have to remain trapped inside the meaning we gave it at the time. We can choose another interpretation. A failure can become wisdom. A rejection can become clarity. A loss can become freedom. A delay can become preparation. A quiet season can become a period of deep transformation. This is how we turn experience into understanding, and understanding into peace. Eventually, we stop asking life to guarantee us a smooth road. We understand that storms are part of the journey. The Tao does not promise a life without storms. It teaches us how to remain rooted while the storm passes. A bamboo tree bends in the wind. It does not fight every gust. It bends. And because it bends, it survives. A rigid tree may look stronger, but when the wind becomes violent, rigidity can become its weakness. Human beings are the same. If you insist that life must always go your way, every change becomes a threat. But if you become flexible, change becomes information. You begin to ask, what is this moment asking me to become? Maybe it asks for patience, maybe courage, maybe humility, maybe discipline, maybe forgiveness, maybe release, maybe a new beginning. You do not need to know the entire journey. You only need to recognize the next step. This is perhaps the greatest relief the Tao offers. You do not have to control your entire life today. You only have to live this moment honestly. Do what is yours to do. Leave what is not yours alone. Speak when speaking is useful. Remain silent when silence is wiser. Move when the path opens. Wait when the time has not come. And when something leaves your life, ask whether holding on is creating more suffering than letting go. Because sometimes the most courageous act is not moving forward. It is releasing what you can no longer carry. The dead branch must fall so that new growth can appear. The old season must end before the new one can begin. The river must keep moving. And so must we. There will always be things we cannot control. Other people's opinions, the past, the weather, the timing of certain events, the choices other people make, the rise and fall of circumstances. But we can control how much of ourselves we surrender to these things. We can choose whether fear controls our decisions. We can choose whether anger becomes our identity. We can choose whether disappointment makes us bitter. We can choose whether success makes us arrogant. We can choose whether uncertainty makes us desperate. And every time we choose awareness over reaction, we move closer to the Tao. This is the quiet transformation. No dramatic announcement. No sudden miracle. Just a gradual change in the way you see life. You become less interested in proving, more interested in understanding, less interested in controlling, more interested in adapting, less interested in chasing, more interested in cultivating, less interested in being seen, more interested in becoming real. And one day, you may realize something extraordinary. You are no longer waiting for life to become perfect before you allow yourself to live. You are already living. Here, now. In this breath. In this ordinary day. In this imperfect moment. And perhaps this is what we were searching for all along. Not a perfect future. Not endless success. Not complete control. But peace with the fact that life is always changing. The river will rise. The river will fall. Some people will come. Some will leave. Some doors will open. Some will close. There will be seasons of abundance and seasons of simplicity. There will be moments when you feel completely certain and moments when you have no idea what comes next. This is life. And it is not a mistake. It is the movement of the Tao. So when you do not know what to do, slow down. When you feel yourself forcing, Release. When you are comparing your path, return to your own nature. When success arrives, stay humble. When failure arrives, stay open. When fortune comes, receive it. When fortune leaves, let it go. When the river is low, prepare. And when the river rises, sail. You do not need to know where every current will take you. You only need to trust yourself enough to meet each turn with awareness. Because perhaps the greatest wisdom is not knowing exactly what will happen. It is knowing that whatever happens, you can meet it. You can learn. You can adapt. You can begin again. And you can continue walking, quietly. Without forcing. Without rushing. Without needing the world to prove that you are on the right path. The river does not ask whether it is moving fast enough. It simply moves. The tree does not worry whether another tree is taller. It simply grows. The moon does not compete with the sun. It simply follows its cycle. And perhaps we can learn from them. Your life has its own rhythm. Your growth has its own season. Your fortune has its own timing. Do not destroy your peace by demanding that everything arrive today. Do not destroy your future by forcing what is not ready. Do not destroy your present by living entirely inside tomorrow. Prepare when preparation is needed. Act when action is needed. Rest when rest is needed. Release when release is needed. And trust that life does not have to unfold exactly according to your plan to become meaningful. Sometimes the path you never expected becomes the path that saves you. Sometimes the delay you hated becomes the thing that protects you. Sometimes the person you lost creates space for the person you were truly meant to meet. Sometimes the door that closed keeps you from entering a room that would have cost you your peace. And sometimes, the life you thought was falling apart is simply rearranging itself. So breathe. Slow down. Look around you. You are already inside the river. You do not need to know where every wave is going. You only need to learn how to move with it. And perhaps, after all these years of searching, chasing, comparing, and trying to control, the deepest lesson is remarkably simple. You do not have to force life to give you everything. You only have to become quiet enough to recognize what is already yours, strong enough to prepare for what is coming, wise enough to know when to move, and peaceful enough to let go when the time has passed. This is the Tao. Not a promise that life will always be easy, but a reminder that life is always moving. Not a command to stop striving, but an invitation to stop forcing. Not a guarantee that fortune will arrive exactly when you want it, but a reminder that every season has its purpose. And perhaps your greatest task is not to chase the river. It is to become like water, soft without weakness, strong without aggression, flexible without losing yourself, patient without becoming passive, and free enough to move with the world without being controlled by it. So when your time has not yet come, prepare. When your time arrives, act. When fortune grows, stay humble. When fortune fades, let go. And when you no longer know which way to go, return to the present. Return to simplicity. Return to silence. Return to yourself. Because the river knows where to go. The seasons know when to change. The earth knows how to receive the rain. And perhaps, deep within you, there is also a quiet wisdom that already knows the way. You only need to become still enough to hear it. Do not rush the river. Do not force the season. Do not chase what is not ready. Prepare your heart. Strengthen your roots. Walk when the path opens. Rest when it closes. And trust the unfolding. Because sometimes, the greatest journey is not learning how to control life. It is learning how to flow with it.